So let's recap this bad boy. Let's recap what we got going on here heading into the season. First and foremost, of course, some of you would have just seen this a second ago. I'm going to do something dumb and make Roman Josi the head coach of this team. He's not a very good coach, but he has a good supporting staff. He also has the best chemistry with the team. Roman Josi is our head coach for the season. Alex Ovechkin, the head coach of the AHL team. Are we? Not yet. Scouting staff is set up, all that fun stuff. And yeah, for the most part, we are pretty much good to go. Again, like I mentioned a second ago, we didn't do stud and dud for last season. I feel like, again, whoever... the stud and dud idea is fun, except in terms of who ends up a dud, odds are if you're a dud... that means you got traded already. That's just kind of how it works. Like, by default, it's like, oh, if you were terrible, then yeah, we probably traded you. That's just how it works. And in terms of whether or not there was a stud for last season, again, I'm not entirely sure. I am trying to go back really quickly to the end of last season's stats. And I do have them up in a video from last night. I mean, Matt Zuccarello would have been the stud of last season. Give me 1 second here. I'm having to relive our freaking defeat at the hands of the Ottawa Senators last night. But yeah, if you take a look there, outside of Zuccarello, who else could be named the stud? I mean, Pinto's gone. Svechkov was decent, but odds are it would have been Matt Zuccarello. It's not too late to still give him an upgrade, but yeah, outside of Zook, I don't really know who you could have considered a stud on the team. And then defensively, you could have gone Ekblad, maybe Goss to spare. You could have considered Macklin a dud, but I mean, yeah, maybe Macklin was the dud that stayed, but so yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we have one again for the prior season. So, and like I said, if there was a dud on the team, I feel like we technically would have gotten rid of him. We could technically consider Macklin the dud from last season with the -21. I'm not opposed to it. There's a chance he gets traded anyway. Because this season is kind of all about, like, hey, this team has to take a bit of a step forward, or I'm probably shifting who the core parts are and doing a rebuild on the fly, because we're not too far into it that it would be like, oh, well, we have to rebuild. We're in 2037. That's too late. We're not that far gone yet. So I think that's where we stand. Stubbs, what's up? Now, we do have our first suspension. There's a 10-game suspension coming up, because of course there is. So we'll do pick a number between 1 and 19, and it lands on number 2, Derek Jeter, which means Fedor Svechkov has to be a healthy scratch. We're in the preseason, though. Fedor Svechkov will be a healthy scratch for the start of the season, the first 10 games. But yeah, our goal for the season, as was just decided, comes from one JD Morris. Win 35 games or more. If we win, a random player gets a silver X Factor. If we lose, the AI controls all of our picks in the next draft. So we'll see what happens there. Did anyone else mention that Mac was a dud? If people wanted to be like, hey, Zuccarello gets an ability, Macklin loses one right now based off of last season, I'm here for it. If that's what we want to do, I'm good with it. Crash Andrews, 46. 46 beautiful months. You handsome, handsome devil. How I love you. How the heck are you tonight, friendo? How's your face? How is your face? We gotta call up Fair Brothers, a healthy scratch there. Tired but good. I hear you. I hear you. My goodness. It's a tiring time. But again, this is what the team is going to look like, except for Fedor Svechkov being suspended for the first 10 games. That's Not ideal, but say hello to top line center Eric Holla. Because why the hell not? Oh, Crash, we'll see. Oh, Crash, fun fact, I will, tomorrow's a slight travel day, so who knows? Maybe I will, in fact, be exhausted by the time we're supposed to talk about wrestling, so we shall see. MK, thank you for the 8 months. Like big old dubs. This isn't the team for you, then. This isn't the team for you. So, based on Dud and Stud, you know what? I'm good with it. I'm good with the idea of Zuccarello losing, or Zuccarello gaining one. It would have to be a silver, and I'm good with Macklin losing one. And taking a look, it's 1 through 42, technically, although not, because, oh god. It's always a pain in the ass when they already have abilities. So, I mean, technically, because it doesn't bring tape to tape up to the top, which is a pain. So we are just going to remember that Zook has gold tape to tape, Schneip, and Seeing Eye. Not Seeing Eye. Well, whatever the fuck. We will take those off for a second. And then we'll go over to Silver, and we will roll a 19. 8, 12, 16, 20, no contests. So Matt Zuccarello, based on being the stud of last season, is going to gain silver no contest. Braden, no worries, buddy. I hope the rest of the stream went well. Wasn't able to tune in for too long, but I love the NHL 15 Next Gen gameplay. So yeah, Matt Zuccarello will gain a silver no contest for this season. And old Mac Attack is going to lose one of his abilities for being the dud of last season. And this is dramatic enough that we can put it to a wheel spin. So he will lose one of these abilities, and God help me if he loses the gold. That will not help. So he's got Snappy. He's got Ankle Breaker, old ankle bone. He's got Edges, Buck on a Strang, and Stick 'em Up. Is 35 minutes of Burrs Run in the long version? Was it's in the long version, yeah. It's like the first half an hour, 40 minutes of the show. We, except for a viewer question. Which one you gonna lose here, Mac? He's gonna lose his defensive ability of Stick 'em Up for being the dud of last season. So say goodbye to any defensive ability, which he gained that in the course of this series and now loses it. So there you go. Pretty back and forth for Mac. So with that, we are ready to go with Eric Holla as a top line center. Having a minus 21, having a defensive ability is hilarious anyway. Fair. So we start our season against the Pittsburgh Penguins. For the hell of it, in terms of ratings, BMAC, thank you for the follow, by the way. I missed that. Did I hear about Sinead O'Connor? I did. That's a shame. Too young. 79, 82, 87. Still not elite. Now, I will say, for shits and giggles, because, again, it's a new night, so who knows? People might decide to do what Ketcher did last night and be a dickhead. But no captain for this season. We have Ekblad, Zook, and Arvidsson with letters. Now, technically... Well, actually, no. I mean, shit, if it was the Wheeler, then yeah, Ekblad would be bought out because he's on a full no movement. So was Matt Zuccarello. So that's fun. That's fun. But let's take a look. Svechkov out for 10 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. He can come back after the New Jersey Devils game. Whew. So again, our goal, 35 wins on the season. The prediction is up. Do we accomplish our goal? That is the question. 10-game suspension from the preseason. He ate a bad hot dog during the preseason. The game does have a limit on buyouts, yes, and right now we're up to 2. So that's why people have to be careful, because they could technically waste their points. Technically. So we'll see what happens. That's why I always say if one's available, as we get absolutely smoked by Pittsburgh in game 1 and don't do much better against Tampa in game number 2. Get Gage Alexander some time. Let's see. Can we do anything against Dallas? Nope. No, we can't. No, we can't. UC Saros back in. Carolina. Okay, Matt Zuccarello has ice time concerns. I hate you. All right. Pick a number between 1 and 3. Number 1, we will agree. Fire Yossi. It does make you wonder just how much of a negative effect Roman Yossi as a C-rated coach could be having on this team as we rolled another number 1. So there is that. We got the Bruins up next. And we get our first win of the season. Thank God. I do have to go through and give Zook more ice time, I guess. And there's game on with the taxis here. No sympathy for a club legend. Yeah, Zook, we have no way of getting you more ice time, my friend, so you're just gonna have to fucking deal with it. You already have power play time. Shut your goddamn mouth. Starting line, third line. There. There's your extra ice time, Zook. Leave me alone. So yeah, Roman Yossi's gonna get fired. No sympathy from chat. Roman Yossi's gone. Bye, Roman. Wasn't my choice. Well, who has the best chemistry then? Bookaboom at a 54. Noonan at a 56. And Manderville at a 55. What's Ovi look like? 70. 70 scheme fit for Ovi. I think Alexander Ovechkin just became the new head coach of this. He did. Roman Josi gets fired. Alexander Ovechkin has become the new head coach of the Nashville Predators. Well, not allowed to bring Josi back. You guys fired him. Well, we'll try to bring in Nazem Kadri now. And that's the way to do it. He'll be on taxi in 2 days. Interim head coach, Alexander Ovechkin. Is shockingly a good fit. We'll fix the lines once Svechkov is back following the Devils game. Florida Panthers, we win 2-1. So Ovi wins in his very first game as head coach. Let's get Gage Alexander in there. He's going to break Gretzky's coaching record too. He might. Kadri signs 7-2 win over the New York Rangers. We have started to figure it out a little bit, apparently. We got Philadelphia. Manderville. You're not even my head coach. I mean, he was at the time, which is funny. He's our goalie coach now. Yeah, injured ribs for Valeri Svechkov. We don't really know how well he was doing. Have to call up another left wing. I don't know if that guy will stick around at the NHL level. Let's give Marcel another opportunity in the NHL. At least for a couple of games. Congratulations, Marcel. We'll go best lines in the AHL. As we lose to Ottawa in our final game without Fedor Svechkov, we lose to New Jersey. So we can replace Eric Halla. Yes, I will see how well he did with Fedor Svechkov. So Volchenkov was actually doing very well. Had 4 points in 9 games on the fourth line. That's fantastic. Eric Holla had 7 points in 10 games and was a +3. Tremendous. UC Saros with a 910 and 936 for Gage Alexander so far. Defensively, Goss, Despair, and Ekblad aren't the best pairing. Gulyayev and Lashunov are okay, but not elite. Brunet and Kulanumi are not working so far. They're not abysmal, but they're not working so far. So we'll go Gulyayev, Ekblad, Goss, Despair, Lashunov, and Ekbald. We love Ekbald. Brunet and Kulanumi aren't quite crushing it. So we could look for a change. Have we made the playoffs once? No, we have not. No, we have not. I don't know if McKinnon's ready for another attempt here. We're going to go for the veteran Jack Mathieu and Graham Sword. As we'll look to send these two through waivers, and they do, in fact, clear. Yeah, McKinnon will get the call up if he sees those in front of him. Fail. Oh, God. You know, I don't even care about a -3. It's fine. It's fine. Not a big deal. Nolan Burke's looking okay. Marcus Foligno only has to... How haven't you fought yet? What else are you here for? Oh, Joachim Kamel. That's not good. Oh, God. Okay, that third line's been atrocious. That third line. Okay, maybe not atrocious, but... Okay. Drop Richie or Wood. It'll probably be Matthew Wood. Call up a different left wing. I got a real bad feeling that this core just can't cut it. A really bad feeling. Especially Mac. We are laser focused on that guy's shortcomings. I know Eric Holla did well, but we have to give Kalen Lind an opportunity. But Olesen, Kamel, Mac, I mean, these are guys who are at severe risk of getting traded right now. There's no other way to put it. And it's a bit of a shame, really. But like I said, we're not too far into this that we can't get rid of some people that are underperforming and kind of create a new core. So, is there a sniper on the second line? 2 snipers, Mac and Kamel. Top line has 2 playmakers and a 2-way. But chemistry-wise, it doesn't even really do anything, so... Let's keep her going. We're at almost at full strength for the first time this season. San Jose, we get crushed. We're going to be blowing this team up at the deadline, which means all of my picks in the upcoming draft are going to be AI controlled. God, I'm in a fantasy league. That's the real NHL set back in 2011, 2012. I'm going to hope people overlook the slot. Fantasy league based in 11-12. Can't say not intriguing. They are, Cody, but some of the other season goals are, again, people overlook Slavin. That makes more sense. I was like, Slavic. It's like, okay, I mean, if you technically want to look that direction, you can. I'm not sure who's on the board for you. Yeah, some of the other goals were tied to, Tugi gets a reject option to be like, nope, I'm not doing that. I don't want that. I don't want the ability to opt out of something. Marcel, you have not made the most of your opportunity. Nor has Kalen Lind. Eric Holla, you're getting back into the lineup, as is Volchenkov. He was actually doing pretty well. Yeah, the AI is going to end up That was a -3 a minute ago. Glad to know that glitch is still in. I can pretty much guarantee we are going to end up getting rid of a good amount of players at this deadline, if not before. That's just where we're at. As we send Lyndon Marcel back down. If I change the reward, well, it's too late now. We already have a goal for this season, so use that knowledge for a goal for next season. Chicago, 3-1 win. We have a lot of back-to-backs. Feels like we are dead last in our division currently. Lost to St. Louis. Still 5 wins in our last 10. Arvidsson's still looking pretty good. Only has 2 goals, though. It is still early. But, not the most promising start. We are just going to leave Saros in, so he's got to carry us. Let's get to the end of the month. See where we stand on December 1st. Luke Evangelista apologizing for how he's playing out there. So we roll a 2, so I'm going to try to persuade you. Yeah. Not certain I can snap out of this. Well, Luke, in a contract year, I don't need to know that you're having confidence issues. Evangelista is not a captain. 8, 10, and 4. Aaron Ekblad is leading this team in points. Saros on a 9-1-1, which is the number this team needs to call, because we're hanging on to life by a thread. Gulyayev's been okay, but not amazing. Ekblad's doing well point-wise, but not great 5-on-5. Despair's been okay, but not amazing. Again, the good thing is it's a 1-year deal, and he is tradable. Shunov's been okay. Sword and Mathieu have been tragic. So they are also guilty of wasting their opportunity. So congrats to McKinnon. And Gianni Fairbrother's on the roster, and he's going to get an opportunity next, alongside Dylan McKinnon. So welcome back, McKinnon. And Gianni Fairbrother was signed. That's got to be a glitch. Gianni Fairbrother was signed as just a depth option for this season, but we have yet to find a third pair that actually wants to be half decent. Yeah, that was a glitch. That's so fucking stupid. That is very, very stupid. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, that is what it is. Holla. Not so hot on a lower line. We got to get rid of Marcus Foligno. He's not even really being the physical threat that you would expect him to be. He's just not cutting it. It's going to be Oscarson. Milton Oscarson is going to get the opportunity. I'll actually leave Foligno on the team as a healthy scratch. But Milton, congratulations. Your opportunity has arrived in favor of Marcus Foligno, or I guess in replacement of Marcus Foligno. Olison's having his worst season to date. That third line in general is just not really cooking. We'll go Volchenkov, Burke, Oscarson, Holla, Ritchie, Olison. Mac has 9 points. Oh, God. Warrior, what's up? This team just isn't it. This team just is not it. Don't forget to update starting line. Yeah, and it doesn't make too much of a difference, but fair shout. I'm going to keep it as the second line. Whatever line Zuccarello's on, so that he'll shut the hell up. I can't imagine we're not going to blow this team up, you know? It just seems to be exactly where we're heading. It's just a matter of when. Ulanumi, bruised hand.
Oh, we're doing this again.
Milwaukee Wrath with the 10 months on the primer. And a 2-month streak. Thank you for that. How are you tonight? Thank you again for supporting this for whatever reason. You should be sorry for how you're playing out there, buddy, especially if you like the city. When did you start Discord notification? We've been live for just over half an hour. I had a feeling the notification didn't go out. So, shout out to your boy, Lil C, for the follow. As we roll a persuade. I have so much confidence in you. Definitely not looking at trading him. Not at all. What's more depressing, Jordan Henderson leaving Liverpool or this team? Jordan Henderson leaving Liverpool the way that he did. You know, if he sticks to those principles that he preached and reinvests some of those riches back into what he supported when he was with Liverpool, I think people will forgive him. Otherwise, yeah, what a dick. All right, Matt Zuccarello now the leading scorer on this team. Point per game, which is awesome. Saros on a 9-14, which isn't too bad. Gulyayev and Ekblad do not work together. Gostisbehere and Lashunov barely work together. Fairbrother and McKinnon do not work. Man, no matter who the hell we run on the third pair this season, it is not working. This is insanity. Jesus. Like, I'm out of options. We're going to go with Luke Prokop and Sjostrom. We'll send McKinnon back down. Jesus. So Luke Prokop's back in. We're going to go Ghost Ekblad, Gulyayev on the third pairing, and we'll play, I think it's Oliver Sjostrom. It is Oliver Sjostrom. We'll play him with Lashunov. Relying on a 73. Desperate for someone to be able to do something. Milton Oscarsson has done nothing. Burke has gotten worse. Volchank, we need a new fourth line. Do I just blow it up now? Do I even wait? Like, do I even wait? Can I afford to wait until the deadline? We have so many disappointing players right now. Up and down the lineup. It doesn't matter where. You're 15, 15, and 4. Why would you blow it up? Because you can tell where it's going. It's a plane in a nosedive. And we can't fucking get it to balance back out. As Aussie drops the points for add an X Factor. I don't know how much that's even going to help us, but I'll take it. Wolf, what's going on? Give me a second here. I'm just throwing whatever the hell I can at the wall. So we need a center, left wing, and a right wing for the fourth line. I really don't want Matthew Wood playing fourth line right wing. Need to make up for yesterday. Well, I appreciate it. Like I said, I don't know how much it's going to help. Shout out to Ariel Gray. You're going to get a chance. Because, again, desperate. Absolutely desperate. And we're going to go with Tyler Peddle and Joe Willis. Oscarsson and Burke are on waivers, but they clear. Got me into Tiger Army. A friend of mine, I just don't remember who. A friend of mine that's a wrestling fan. Who lives in St. Louis and goes to their shows all the time if he can. So, you know. Friend suggestion. If it lands on the right player, then the ideal X Factor could be a season changer. Well, given, like... Here's the thing, I could be cheap and put, like, our better prospects, like Matthew Wood, Kalen Lind, into the lineup right now just so that they have a chance, but fuck that. Like, they don't deserve to be on this roster right now. Callum Ritchie hasn't been bad, but I just can't believe how badly this team is doing. Swap Svechkov and Ritchie out of pure desperation. What I really need to do is drop Gray and call up a left wing so we can get Zuccarello on the right side. That might be our best bet, is to try to make one really decent left wing side. I'm going to go with this Eckford guy. Why the hell not? Tried all the other options. So congrats to Eckford. Eric Hall is my second line left wing right now. That is absolutely disastrous. If Mac cannot put up points next to Victor Arvidsson and Matt Zuccarello, then we know for sure, with the utmost certainty, this current version of this team is not it. They have the month to sort it out. I mean, we do have 7 wins in our last 10 games. They have this month to really sort it out and prove that they can push for a playoff spot. We need 20 more wins, make that 18. We've won 3 in a row to start the month. And that's the problem. We're proving to be a really streaky team. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the X Factor. To be honest, I don't even want it. For this team, I don't even want it. That's the problem. But yeah, all right. One of these players is getting an X Factor. We will set up the wheel. I'm not going to write in the names, but we will do the numbers that I have been doing. So it'll be for every starter, which again, 12 plus 6 plus 2 is 20. So 20 numbers on the wheel, each one correlating to a player in their current position in the lineup. Thanks to Ozzy. Someone's about to get an X Factor. Who is that person? Who is that player? The answer: number 15. Kamel is number 12. 13, 14, the 73 overall Oliver Schustrom is getting the ability. Fucking hell. I don't know if I'm happy about that or upset. The 73 overall is getting the ability. All right. Well, the question is, we got pick a number between 1 and 42. 29. 4, 8. I feel like we get 29 all the time. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Shock and awe. We got to flip a coin. Heads, it is gold. Tails, it is silver. Silver, shock and awe for the defenseman, Oliver Schuster. At least it adds trade value because a defenseman getting shock and awe is hilarious.